Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. Uh, we are going to work on. I'm tired of factories. I need a break from factories. So we are going to work on the new map for a little bit. Now, what I want to do is I want to bring in from this intersection, and this is just really rough until we can figure out what I'm going to do. But I want to work on the coal. I want to work on some of the mining today. Let's grab rough dirt. Let's grab our square brush, and let's grab something a little bit more reasonable, and let's get just a little bit of a dirt road coming in so we know where we're going. And I'll probably just paint a big dirt square once we figure out how much space we need for the first mine. So this is just gonna get us back here. All right, now what I want to do is I'm gonna plop down the first mine just to see how much, the first milling machine to see how much room we're gonna need, and then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna create a transform group. Let me close some of this stuff I don't need open. Places I can close. Alright, where is global company? There we go. So let's grab this guy. We'll go edit, cut, and paste. Then we'll call him coal mine. I'm going to go file, import. I'm going to import the coal mine. And then we'll go edit, cut, and paste. Just going to plop it here for now until I see how much room we need. Now it's going to go this way. Something like that. Just so I have an idea of how much space I need. Alright, now I'm going to, let's get a, again, this is all going to change, but this just gives me an idea of where I want to be. Alright, so for now, let's slide him out of the way. Alright, now we're going to go replace, we're going to go to 200. Now we are going to start to cut in our first layer. So I want to try and step it down, and we'll build a road going down in. Again, this is going to have to go a little bit bigger, but this will just get me an idea. Once we get the first one figured out, then the rest become easy. And I'm definitely going to have to go bigger. I'm trying to get this back closer to the train tracks. We're going to have several layers of depth. And I'll leave some space by the tracks. little bit wider. We can always put it back and fill in. Sassy155, hello. Thank you for stopping in and taking time out of your day saying hello. If you can, in chat, let me know how the volume is, because I had a bunch of updates. I had like a Windows update, security update, a software update for the Streamlabs, so it usually messes all my settings up. Alright, so again, I'm just going to throw some color in here so I know where I am. And then we'll go from there. All right, now let's go down to 180. The volume's good, thank you. All right, so yeah, what I had done is I had gotten the map borders done. So that was a pain, and it was long and tedious and boring, and it took me like 2 days. But I wanted to get the map border done so I wouldn't have to mess with it. Now we can really start having fun because most of the boring bits are done. So let's go down to 180, and we'll get our next layer in. I'm going to adjust my camera though, so I'm looking more straight down. And I'm going to back that off a minute. Alright, so let's come here, let's get our next layer in. And again, it's a quarry and a rock mine, and we don't have to be perfect. And then we'll put we can do a lot of land adjustments around this to make it blend in. So I pulled the rock crusher out of the other map that I started to build, and said to heck with it. Because it looked too much like the islands map, or the coal mine. So once we get the coal mine in and running, the rest of them will go a lot quicker, because then I'll know what I'm doing. Right now I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just playing. Alright, so that gets us down one more level. So let's go down to 160. Let's go a little bit lower yet. And let's cut in another layer. And then we're going to have to build a road going down in here at some point. And I may have to go a little bit bigger with these two, so we'll see. Alright, so that gets us started. Now I'm going to just pull this over a second, and I want to bring it down to this level and see how much room that gives me, or if I have to go down a little bit lower yet. Probably a little bit too big, but that's all right. I can work with this. This is just going to get us started. So if we bring you up here, no, we got to go down a little bit. You're going to be a little bit too short. Let's go down to, let's take this level down to 150. So let me just get this guy out of the way for now. So let's take this layer down from 160 to 150. And then we'll get a road down in So I want it to look like it's an old quarry. Now let's bring you back over and see if that'll work. But I wanted to take, I needed a couple days just to get all the new fill types and products and palettes and everything into the map. So that's why I haven't really been streaming, because I just needed some time to get stuff done off camera. All right, let's get rid of the grass. Let's go to subtract a minute. And we'll get rid of all this grass. We're going to be doing a lot of grass erasing as we go. And then we may adjust that top layer a little bit more too. All right, let's get rid of the grass. Yeah, right now this is just trial and error. I got a vision in my mind I'm going to try and make work. All right, that gets rid of our grass for now. Yeah, it gets rid of our grass. No, still got some more grass in here. All right. Now, like I said, we can adjust the space as we go to build each mine, but this will give me an idea of where. All right, so let's turn you, bring you over this way a little bit. All right. I can, all right, so I'll probably bring this wall back, and that gives us plenty of room on this side to build a road down in. It's maybe a little bit bigger than we need. Let me get the road cut in, and then we can adjust this. So let's get, all right, so the bottom layer was, let's go back to, let's layer this in a little bit. All right, so we were 200, so let's go to 190. Oh, let me go back to replace. And then we'll get you in a lot smaller. All right, so you were 200. Where do I want to be? I want to be about here. All right, so let's go here. So 190, 185. And now let's go 180. It takes us back to here. Took too much 185 away, so let's go back to 185 a minute. Put some more in here. All right, so let's go to 175. And then 170. Actually, I think I'm going to move this back to the edge. All right, let's do that again. I want to get it away from the mine a little bit. I don't mind sacrificing a little bit extra land here at first, and then I can adjust it in. Let's get rid of some more of this grass. Go back to subtract a minute. All right, let's move this to the corner. Let's build our road from the corner. So 200. Let me go back to replace. Alright, so 200 is going to bring us to here. Now let's go 195. We'll make it a little bit bigger and it will adjust it later. Alright, let's go to 190. And then 185. And then we'll go to 180. And then 175. Come on, my mouse is jumping all over the place. Alright, so let's go down to 170. And now we'll go down to 165. And now we'll go down to 160. Blend this back a little bit on this side at this level. Oop, too far. And then this can come down to this level for now. Let's go to where we at 155. And that will get us our final layer. For now. So now we start. Turn my strength, brush strength all the way up. Now I'm going to smooth this down. And then we'll work on the edges. Try and get this road coming down in here. Yeah, I definitely need a new mouse. One of these days. Right, I'll bring this down here and then we'll fix the edges. know it's a lot wider than I need, but it's easier to build it wide and then fill it in than it is to build it too narrow and try and make it wider. Alright. Alright, so let me grab. Alright, let's go here and try and get this nice and smooth coming down in. And then we'll cut it back. Alright, so that brings us down on this side. Now on this side, let's go. Alright, so my first layer was, let's go back. Let's go back to 200. I want to take, well, let me do it from this side so I can see. Alright, so let's come back here to 200. And then let's bring this shelf back. Like so on that side. And then this we will just blend in. Alright, that's that part of the road. Now our next part of the road, what's our bottom? Our bottom level was, I think, 150. So now we cut this back. To however skinny we want to make the road. And it's probably going to be too wide, so let's cut it back. And once we get the road set the way we want, we'll jump in game and see how it feels before we go any further. I don't want it too skinny because we've got to bring that big loader down here. So let me just back that off a little bit. I forgot we got that big mining truck to drive down here. So let's go like this for now. And then let's get our square cuts back in here. So the first layer, I think, was 180. Yeah, so let's cut this edge back. Square that up. And then 200. And let's square this up. Alright, now before we go any further, this is going to be our road coming down in. Before I go any further, I just want to make sure this isn't going to be too dark. Let me grab, let's grab our coal. Okay, why are you not painting? Oh, something's not right. Coal. Why am I not getting coal? Alright, something's wrong. I added a new texture to the map yesterday and now I'm not getting any. Okay, let me try grass. I'm not getting any textures. Let me do a quick save because something's not right. And I lost my stream. Nope, I didn't lose my stream, I lost my phone. Let me reset my phone. Oh, I think I'm good. I was buffering there for a minute. I don't know how the internet's going to hold out for me to actually stream. Alright, so we got a save in. Why do I not have any textures now? Beach sand. Yeah, I'm getting no textures. I may have to try and see if I don't know if it might be my mouse, but yeah, I'm not getting any textures. All right, let's close this a minute and reload and see if that helps. Why am I getting no textures at this point? I have absolutely no idea. I was painting textures all morning because I was building the map border. Why all of a sudden I'm not getting any textures? I don't know. While that's reloading, I'm gonna see if I have any fresh mouse batteries. I do. I'm gonna change the batteries in my mouse real quick. See if that helps. Alright, let's go. Scripts. 16X. Did I lose? I didn't lose anything. Bear with me a second. I'm going to change my mouse batteries out. See if that helps things. My mouse was jumping all over the place this morning, so I'm hoping it's just old batteries. Alright. So let's go back to... Alright, where did we? We're on rough dirt. Let's go to town grass. Yeah, I'm not getting any textures. Why am I not getting any textures? I have no idea. Any errors in the log? No errors in the log. Why am I not getting any textures? Brush type brown. Oh, subtract, hold on. Add. That's why I'm not getting any textures. I must have accidentally clicked that this morning. Alright, now we should get textures. Let's go back to our coal. And then there we go. We'll get it off the road later. I just want to make sure it's not going to be too dark. I'm just going to paint part of this for now. Again, we'll get it where we want later. I just want to make sure it's not going to be too dark in game once we get this coal mine done. See if the mouse behaves any better with new batteries in it. Maybe it won't jump all over the place. And again, I'm going to change how far back this site is, but just for now, I want to see how it feels in game. And now we can tweak it and make it exactly the way we want it. I just want to make sure I can live with this first. And now we're going to need, again, a good bit of this is going to be just coal instead of dirt. Now it's not going to work because we don't have the XML work done yet. I just want to get a feel for size and scale and color once we get in game. Alright, let's do a save. Let this save. We're going to jump in game. I want to see how it looks and feels in game. So let this save. Hope everyone is doing well today. I'm going to go to about lunchtime. And then I'll take my usual 45-minute break. And if there's nothing going on, the house is still quiet, we'll jump back on between lunch and dinner. I want to try and get the mining in today, or at least part of the mines in today. I'm not going to have the rock crushers in and working, but we can get a good bit of this mining in. I want to see, because we may actually have to take this down even lower, so we'll see. Let's jump in game for a minute and we'll see what the size and scale feels like. Farm Chick, good morning. Thank you for stopping in, saying hello. Alright, let's go to, we have to start a new game. Every time I do terrain height changes, we got to start a new game, so let's see what we've got going on. But yeah, I spent the last, I don't think I've streamed since last like Thursday or Friday, something like that. But I wanted to get all the new fill types and factories done for this map. So I wouldn't have to mess around with them while we were building. So let's grab a truck for now. And then let's drive over across the bridge to the mine. We'll drive down into the mine. We'll see how it feels. I want to get all the mining done first, and then we can work on everything else. But the mining is going to take, out of all the global company functions, the mining is going to take the longest. I still got to move field 1 because it's still partly on the land and partly in the water. We may do that today just to get field 1 out of the way. I'm not putting any more road splines in, so I can make those invisible so we don't see them. So what are we are working, I spent like the last couple days, like I said, I put all the new palettes, all the new fill types into the map so we can have the new factories ready when we put them in. And then I spent a couple days building pallets for the next set of factories, like the ice cream factory, um, the frozen foods factory, like the next 6 factories. I worked on all of those pallets. And then I spent, here, before we drive down into the mine, I spent, all right, this road's got to be made a little bit more narrow. I spent 2 days putting the map border in, so we'll drive there before we drive down into the mine. So if we come back here, we got the map border all the way around the map done. That took me 2 days. If I don't get hit by the train. So we still got the grass to do, but I got this is all done, so I don't have to mess with it. And that was really time consuming and boring. So that part's done. And now I want to try and now most of the boring bits are done. We can have fun building. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get all the mining in. All right, yeah, this road's got to go a lot more narrow or it's too wide. All right. Even with the big truck, we'll buy the big truck, but it's going to be way too wide. So we'll narrow this up. We'll make this area a lot smaller. Yeah, it's way too big. The height is good. I like how deep we are. Yeah, the height is good. The space is too big now, so we just got to shrink it down a little bit. But let's grab, let me park this guy out of the way a minute. Let's grab my store delivery mod. Let me throw a little bit of money in here. We can't save this save anyway. So let's come in here and let's grab that mining truck. And then let's see how this thing feels driving up and down the road. Let's see if our road is too narrow then. Yeah, I want to narrow this road down. It's like twice as wide as it needs to be. Yeah, we'll take this down to half. All right, and then we'll come back in and see what it feels like. Just get out of here a minute. Once we get the scale, excuse me, the way we want it, then the rest of them will go a lot quicker. But getting the scale right on the first one's always a pain. All right, what's the bottom of our hole? Our bottom of our hole is 150. So let's take, let me go back to square. Let's take, all right, before I do that, let's go to go to rough dirt. Let's get rid of this for now. And then let's go here. Let's cut this back to, like I said, about half. And then we'll come back in and see how it feels. That'll save us room up top for, you know, fields or forests or whatever we need. Alright, so let's go back to 180. Bring this back over to here. And then we'll go to 200. Bring this layer back over. Alright, now I want to pull, oh, come on, stop. I want to pull, so let's come back down here to the coal mine. I want to pull this guy back. Because now we don't need as much space. So let's bring him back to here. Now my first layer was, well, 180. So now let's bring this back to here. Alright, somewhere in here. Let me click off of that so it's not highlighted. So now we can cut this guy back. To here. And just fill this in a minute. And then let's take him this way. Alright, and then let's bring, oh, I gotta leave room for the road. So let's bring this layer back to about here. And then, actually, hold on. I don't want to mess up my road. Let's undo that a minute. We're going to have to come down. We're going to have to make the corner. Actually, I can't. Hold on. Let me change this up a little bit. I'll go down to 150, which is my bottom. Let's get you smooth. Coming back here. We don't need this turn anymore. We're going to take it completely down to about here. Alright, now let's go back to our next layer, which was 200. And then let's bring this layer back to about here. And then let's go to 208. And then let's bring this layer back. Well, oh crap, am I not 208 in that level? I'm not 208 in that level, hold on. What am I on this level? I thought it was 208. Control R, oh, 206. Okay. So now let's bring this layer back to about here. Yeah. Something like that. Alright, now let's grab, turn that off a minute. Alright, let's grab our, let's go back to grass. Let's bring our grass back. And again, we'll work on getting the border edges perfect later. This is just rough. Let's get our grass back in here. So we'll get a little bit of forest or something here along the, between the mine and the train. So that's that side. Let's bring, now let's bring this side in as narrow as I want to get it. And then we'll retexture. Alright, so first layer, let's go back to 180 a minute. And let's bring our coal mine, doesn't need to be as big. So we'll bring it back to about here. Alright, so let's, and then we'll have, actually, let's do this. Let me go back to 150 a minute. Let's bring this straight back. So this is all the same level. I want to go, alright, let's take you back this way. This will take us over to our next mine. So now let's bring 180 back this way. And then we'll worry about this corner, this whole corner later. So for now, let's go back to just rough dirt a minute. So coal's not going to go that far over. We don't need coal on the ground over here. Our coal mine is going to end, and actually I can bring this over even a little bit further. So let's go back to 180. Let's bring our coal mine over as far as I want it. Something like that. And then let's, and now we'll get rid of some more grass. I'll go back to subtract a minute. I should spend a day just getting rid of all this grass. Why are you not subtracting? Because I'm not on grass. We are on terrain detail. Let's go to grass. Alright, now we should subtract some grass. Let's get some grass out. I'm just trying to get myself set up for where the next mine is going to be, so I know how to space out. So let's go to, where are we? Let's go back to 150 a minute. Let's take, so our next mine will be about, let's leave that like, oh, what? Why am I not? Oh, because I'm on subtract. Let's go back to replace. There we go. So our next mine will be cut in about here and over. And then we'll layer it again to 180 and 200. But something like this is going to be our next mine. Then we'll take our 180 and then it'll come along here. And then same thing, then we'll go up one more to like 200 and then we'll put our next layer in. Something like that. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect, it's a mine, but something like that for now. So now let's go back to our coal texture. And then let's get some coal put back in here for now. And again, we'll fix the roads and that later, but this is just rough so I can see how it feels in game. And see if I have to make this road even a little bit smaller. So now we can smooth this out going this way. When we come down, and then this can actually get all smoothed out to the right there to that level. And then let me grab a little bit more just rough dirt. Ah, wrong one. Let's bring you back. Something like that. Now, since that's coal, let's go to our Cliff Rock Dark. And again, I'm a little bit wider than I need. So this is going to end up being Cliff Rock on this side. And again, we'll clean up the edges later. This is just a rough idea so I can see how it feels in game. But yeah, this edge will be like all Cliff Rock. And then let's go back to rough dirt for a minute. So we'll have, and then let me just go to round for a minute. So this will clean the road up a little bit coming down. And again, we'll get it closer later and make it look good, but just want to rough it in for now. So now we'll come down in, we'll have our coal mine here on this side, and then we'll drive through here, and we'll have like the stone mine, and we'll keep driving. We'll just keep moving down until we hit the edge of the map. We'll do our ore mine, our stone mine, and all the way down. And if we have to, we can turn the corner, or we could jump the tracks, put a bridge, and go that way. So the train's going over the mines. So let's save this. Let this save. We're going to jump back in game. Wild Turtle Gaming, hello all. Welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your day, stopping in and saying hello. We are working on getting some mines roughed in. We are working with the coal mine first. And once I get size and scale in, we can actually get this one working before we move on to the next one. Alright, so that is saved. Let's jump in game and see how it feels with scale and size. Because it's so hard to tell when you're in the editor. So unfortunately today we'll be doing a lot of jumping between the editor and the game. Alright, so again, ignore the map. This is being built off of the island's base. I just want to throw some money in here. Again, we can't save this save game anyway. So let's grab a truck. And then we'll drive over to the mines. You'll see what, if anybody's new, hasn't seen this map before, we're very early. We're only like day 10 of build. So there's not much to see, but you'll see the progress we've got going on so far. Traffic's in, trains are in. We still have all the train crossings to put in. But I can't put the train crossings in until we're done with roads. So that'll be one of the last things that we put in are the train crossings. There's Center Mountain and then Outer Mountain. So now we are driving from Center Mountain across the valley to Outer Mountain. So you'll have some nice views once all the textures and stuff are done of driving across the valley from mountain to mountain. There's a Center Mountain and then there's a mountain range that runs the perimeter of the map on the outside. There's 3 trains. I don't know how many fields we're going to have yet because we haven't started putting them in. We'll do the fields after we get all the global company functions built in. And then once all the global company functions are built in, then we'll figure out where our forests are going to go and our fields are going to go. And I want to move this road. I don't like it and it's too wide. So I do want to move this road coming back over to the mines. So we will have, and then I'm going to change that entrance. Yeah, I'm probably still too wide. I could probably cut this opening back a little bit more. So that is with this truck. And I'm definitely still too wide. Let me grab my store delivery mod. Let's grab the big boy and see how he feels. Because that's what we're going to be using down here is the big boy. Alright, so let's jump in him. And we'll see how he feels on this road. I think this road is still going to be a little bit too wide. Yeah, we're going to make this road even a little bit more narrow. Yeah, I could still bring it down to about half the size. Alright. Alright, so the road's got to go down. So let's take you back down here. Let me get the size and let me feel how the area that I designated for the coal mine. I could probably take it a little bit smaller, but I'm going to leave it for now. Alright, so let's get out here. Let's make this road a little bit smaller yet. And then we will get all the XML work done. We'll get this, we'll test make sure our boulders spawn. But let's take, and I can bring it in from this side, it'll be a lot easier. So let's go, my first layer was 180. So let's bring, oh, let me go back to square a minute. So let's bring this road over, oh, come on. Were you not 180? Why are you not 180? I'm on replace. Oh, you're 200, that's why. Okay, I know that's not right. Let's bring you out. And then we'll blend you in. So let's bring our 200 over. Let's get this road narrowed up. I said, hardest part is just getting the size and scale done on the first one, and then the rest are going to go easy. It's so hard to tell when you're in the editor. Alright, so let's go back to 206. Let's bring this layer over. So let's take this one straight back. And then let's go to, let me turn that off. Let's go back to grass. So let's take our grass back to here now. We're shortening up the mine. And then let me go to here. Let's bring this over to here. And then this will be our road coming down in. So let's get, let me just do quick, smooth, right there. All right, now let's go back to our Cliff Rock a minute. So Cliff Rock dark. And then we'll see how this feels. So I'm not going to move that mine anymore. It's going to stay where it is. So let's do this. So let me do a quick save. We're going to get this, we're going to try, we're going to get the XML work done to get this mine running. Well, we don't even have to do any XML work. The XML work is done because we did it on the old map. I just got to paint in a farmland and give it the right command, and then we should be able to purchase the land in game and test it. And we'll put a bunch of props in and make it look pretty later. I just want to get it functioning first. Alright, before I do that, let's go back to coal a minute. Oh, we are the wrong one. I want to go to coal. Alright, so let's bring our coal around. Since this is a coal mine. and we'll make it pretty later. Now let's go to, let me pull up my farmlands XML. So we are going to take farmland number 2 is going to be our coal mine, and we're going to own it, so I'm going to leave it farm property true. So let's save that. So farmland 2 is going to be our coal mine, and we'll adjust the price later. We'll see what it's like in game. So that is bit 1. Did I save that? I did save that. Alright, so let's come down here. Let's go to farmland, and it's bit 1, which is farmland 2. And let's get our coal mine, roughly where I want the coal mine to be when we buy the property. And we'll change this later. I'm going to paint it bigger than what I need, and we'll cut it back when we build the next mine. And then let me spin around. So coal mine 2 will come out to the road coming down. Something like that for now. And then let me zoom out, make sure I didn't miss anything. Alright, so if I go to my coal mine, I don't have, we don't have any of the user attributes in. Why don't I have any of the user attributes in? Because I don't. Okay, that's weird. So we got to put all of our user attributes in. So I need, there we go. I need a couple commands. So let's grab this one first. And it is going to be a string. Our next one is going to be a script callback. Our index name is going to be a string. And then our farmland ID is going to be a float. Now our farmland ID is going to be number 2. Our index name is coal mine. Now our on create, I'm going to have to open up a different map here a second. So just bear with me. Documents, my games, mods. Doesn't matter which map I open up. I gotta open up another. I gotta get a couple more commands to make this factory work. You know, once we get the commands in for the first global company function, then I can just copy and paste. So just bear with me a second until this opens. So I've got 2 versions of the editor open. I've got a bunch of stuff running. All right, let's go to global company. It doesn't really matter which one I go to. I need this command. So copy, and that one gets pasted here. and then I need this command, and then that one gets pasted here, and then I can close this map, and then we have to change this to coal mine. Alright, so that's our command to make this these factories. Those are our user attributes to make this factory work once we go in game. Alright, so let's do, how do you look? You are good enough for us to test. So let's do a save, and then we'll go back in game. If we get this one working, like I said, we'll make them pretty later. I just want to get them all functioning, and then we can work on textures and, you know, plants and foliage and buildings and props and all that happy joy stuff. But I hope everyone is doing well today. Alright, so you are saved. Let's jump into back into the new map. And again, every time I exit, I can't save any of these games because every time I make a change, it requires a new game save until the map is built. So it's going to be a new game save every time we come in, and I'm not going to save when we exit. Oh, it's getting warm in here. Let me get my sweatshirt off. Now I've got the sun glare going on. Alright, close the curtains. I think I'm good. Alright, start. Now we should have, I know this is the old map, but we should have, and we don't because we don't own it, but we should have a coal mine in here somewhere. So let me get out of here a minute. Let's go to in here. Let's throw some money in here. Let me get a little bit of speed. Now, again, I know this is the old map, but I should be able to buy a coal mine over here. So let's buy that. Oh, we own it. Never mind. Oh, we didn't put the hotspot in. All right, hold on. We got to put the hotspot in. Let's get out of here a minute. Before we test it, let's get the hotspot in. Alright, there's another thing we're going to have to do now. Let's go to any of my placeables. Actually, let's see if I have one in the map first. Do I have a tour icon in here? Did I save any of them, or did I delete every one of them? We have our ports, we have our harbor. We've got all the other stuff. Alright, let's create a transform group a minute. This one is going to be our tour icons. Alright, so let's go into any of my placeable mods. Let's go to Budweiser. I want to grab the tour icon, this guy. I'm going to go File, Export, Ritchie Valley, New Buildings. We're going to go Trigger, Icon, Tour. And I can close that factory. Now I'm going to need, I'm going to leave that open a minute because I'm going to need some textures. So let's come over here. Let me close Ritchieville because we don't need it open. So let's come back over here. Ritchie Valley, New Buildings. Let's look at our tour icon. Oh, and it pulled my textures over, so I don't need to fix anything. It automatically pulled our textures over. So now we can go back in here. Where is our global company? trigger. It's right there. Okay, perfect. So let's go File, Import, Trigger Icon. I'm going to go Edit, Cut. I'm going to put you in here. I'm going to drop you here. We'll get you out of the ground. Let me go down on my speed a little bit. Let's come back down here. Let's try that again. Tour icon. Let's get you out of the ground. Let's get you here where the player trigger is. And we're going to name you Coal Mine. Alright, so we're going to name you Coal Mine. Now we've got to go to, it is Map SA. Let's go our hotspot. So let's copy and paste. You are Coal Mine. Oh, nope, hold on. I forgot this one only has one set of words, not two. Let's redo that. Coal Mine. Alright, now we can, where are we? I need my X position here, and I need my Z position here. Let's save that, and then let's save this again. Now we should have a hotspot to teleport to. So let the map save, we'll go back in game. You're going to own the coal mine when you start. You're going to own the coal mine, you're going to own the crusher. That'll get you started. The rest of the mines you're going to have to buy. Oh wow, almost 10:30 already. I've been working on this thing since about 5 a.m. Alright, so now let's come back in here. Hoping we can get at least 2 or 3 of the mines working today. And then if we get all the mines in today, we can work on the crushers tomorrow. Or the following day. I don't even know what day of the week it is, Wednesday. But I'm hoping by the weekend we get all the mining and the crushers in. Alright, now let's do this again. Let's throw some money in here, because we're not going to save this game anyway. Again, ignore the map, but now we should have an icon. Oh, it says shop. Why does it say shop? Why do you say shop? Alright, hold on. We're going to have to... It's going to be one of those days where I'm going to have to do... I didn't want to save it. It's going to be one of those days where it takes me 10 steps to get one thing done. We're going to make this even easier for ourselves. So let's go back to documents, my game. Let's go back to Ritchieville. Let's go back to map. Is it maps? No. I want map DE. Where's my map DE? Maps. Map DE. I want to open this up a minute. I'm going to steal this command. I'm going to move it over to our new map here. I'm going to delete this one, and we're going to call it Coal Mine. There we go. I thought there should have been two names. Coal mine, coal mine. Oh, hold on. Let's put that back in because I already have my coordinates. We'll call you coal mine. We'll call you coal mine. Oh, I know. I didn't change the second name. Oh, that's going to be easy then. Hold on. All we got to do is change this to coal mine. And then everything else should be... No, it's a different command. Alright, we're going to delete that one. I just want to grab my X. We're going to completely change it. Let's grab our X. And put it down here. I want to grab my Z. I'm going to put it down here. And then we are going to delete this one. And then we'll save it. Now this should be our, because the base color and some of the stuff is different. So it's a different icon. And that doesn't look right. Tour icon, coal mine. Oh, 35, oh, it is right. 3551 and then minus 601. So 355, yeah, so we should be good. Let's try that again. Let's go back in game. There's days where everything goes right the first time, and there's days where everything goes to shit and it takes me 3 tries to get it right the first time, and today's going to be one of those days where everything goes to shit and it takes me 3 tries to get it right the first time. Alright, now let's try this again. Let's throw some money back in here. Let's grab some speed because I hate walking slow. Now we should have a coal mine. There we go. Coal mine visit. We should, and our global company menu is going to be messed up. It's because it was named Richie, it was named Islands and not Valley. Alright. I told you it's going to be one of those days where everything goes to shit and we're going to have to, it's going to take, oh, I forgot the 110 function. Yep, it's one of those days where everything's going to go to shit and it's going to take me 3 tries to get it right the first time. Oh well. Can't everything go perfect the first time? It would be boring, right? Alright, so let's go to Ritchie Valley. We need our 110. Where is our... Do we even have a 110? We do. And we have nothing. Alright, so let's go to... Let's leave that open. Let's go to... Documents, My Games, Mods, 16x Map, Ritchie Islands. I'm going to open up the 110. We are going to find the coal mine. Control F. Control coal mine. Oh, did we not name it the coal mine here? Oh, hold on. Wrong 110. Wrong map. Let's go to here and let's grab the 110. There we go. Now I should be able to find the coal mine. So let's grab this command. Let's move it here. So this is going to be our Ritchie Valley coal mine. It's going to produce coal rock. We're going to add diesel. We're going to get our coal rock. So that's all correct. There's 2 things I want to do. So let's come here to the new map. let's go objects, palettes, global company. Let's go to our coal rock palette here. Since we're only spawning 5 boulders, I want to change these to 25,000 liters per boulder. So that takes care of that. And then we have to go to Ritchie Valley, Placeables, Global Company. Let's open up the coal mine. And it says Valley, so we're good. Our coal rock, we have to change to 25,000 liters per boulder. So I want to, since we're only spawning 5 boulders, I want them to be bigger. My problem is I've been building factories for placeable factories for too long. I forgot how to build the darn map. Alright, so that's going to be our coal rock. So when we spawn our boulders, they're going to be 25,000 liters per boulder instead of 10,000 liters per boulder. And then when we input our coal rock back in, oh, we're not, because we're taking it to a different crusher. Alright, that's all I should need here. So let's try this again. Third time's the charm, right? It wouldn't be fun if everything went right the first time. It wouldn't be a challenge. Heck, it's going to take us till lunchtime just to get this first one done. Then the rest should go a little bit quicker. Alright, let's try this yet again. Let's grab some cash. Let's grab some speed. Ignore the map. Coal mine, visit. There we go. Now our global company menu is right. So we're going to add our diesel. We're going to spawn. We should be able to spawn 5 rocks. So let's grab. Let us grab a truck and a tanker. And we'll come back and we'll buy the big guy in a minute. So let's see if this thing is going to even work. So truck and tanker for diesel. And it doesn't matter what color because we're not saving this anyway. Alright, so let's throw some diesel in here. Alright, let's head over to the trigger. And again, I'm just going to try and zoom out all the way so we can see. Alright, so I'm going to drop. You have to put diesel in every time you want to drop out 5 of the boulders. So it's going to take it a few minutes. And then we should have 5 boulders spawn out. There we go. So our 5 boulders spawn out. Now they should be 25,000 liters per boulder now. Why are you 21 liters? Why are you only 6 liters? You're only 11 liters. Alright, what is not right? You're only 26 liters. What did I do wrong? You're 16 liters. Okay, yeah, these did not spawn out right. Alright, so let's go back. See if there's any errors in the log and see what I did wrong in the XML. Alright, let's back trace our steps. Had it working right in the other map. Maybe it's 25,000 liters is too big for the boulder. Maybe we go back to 10. Let's go back, we'll back off all of our changes and we'll see if it works at 10. First thing I want to do is I want to check the log, make sure it's not throwing any errors. And then we'll back it back to 10 and see if it works. Can't load resource. Okay, I'll fix that later. That's just a HUD for a new fill type. Alright, there's no errors for the factory, so let's go back here. Let's change all of these back to 10,000 liters. And let's save that. And we'll see if that helps. Why it was working in the other map and I just transferred it to this map and it's not working is beyond me. 25 oh, hold on. I gotta go back and change the palette. Let's go back and change the palette of Coal Rock back to 10,000 liters. So let's go back to Objects, Palettes, Global Company, Coal Rock palette. Let's change you back to 10,000 liters. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, it's going to be one of those days where everything goes to shit. And days like this, I don't even feel like working on the map. Alright, let's try this again. And we'll teleport our butts to the mines. We should own the property. We do. So let's teleport our butts over here. And let's try this again. If it doesn't work, I'll get them all built and I'll worry about making them work another day. But why was it working on the old map at 10,000 liters but not on the new map when we try to make it bigger? Let's grab our tanker. What did I just buy, the truck or the tanker? We bought the truck. Alright, so let's try that again. Let's throw some diesel in here. And let's see if we can get these boulders to spawn at 10,000 liters a boulder. So throw our diesel in here. The mine is working. Give it 2 minutes for the boulders to spawn. Maybe the triggers are too low. Since I exported it out of one map and imported it into this map, I didn't check the height of any of the triggers. So that'll be the next thing if this thing doesn't spawn right. Alright, we have our boulders. So what are they this time? 11 liters. Yeah, something is not right. I'm not getting 10,000 liters of boulder. And I don't know why. My triggers are not too low. The triggers are right where they should be. Why are you not right? They're dropping like they should. They're not full. Let's see if I can get them picked up at least. And if the trigger resets, and we'll figure out why they're not spawning in. Let's grab this guy a minute. I want to see when I pick these up if it clears the spawner back to 0. Camera snap, I hate that. I gotta get that other mod in here. There's no camera collision. Alright, so you should be reset back to 0, but you're not spawning in properly. So you're set back to 0. Let's see what happens when we drop another set of boulders. If this doesn't work, I've got an idea. I'm going to have to rebuild the XML. But I really want to get this one functioning before we start building the rest of them. Come on, is it not even going to spawn a second set of boulders? Are you not going to spawn the second set of boulders? You're active. Oh, there we go. They're spawning, but they're not spawning at the correct weight. Alright, so let's get out of here. At least we know they're spawning, and at least we know I can pick them up with the auto-load truck. That's half the battle. Let's try something a little bit different. Let me check a couple things real quick. Let's go to our log, make sure it's not throwing any errors. Alright, so there's no errors with the mine. Let's go here. You're the old map. Alright, let's go into the new one. So we have our mine. I want to check, where's our mod description? I want to make sure we have our coal rock palette listed in here, and we should. Just make sure I don't miss the, okay, so we have our coal rock palette, so it's listed there, so that's not an issue. Let's change we're going to change a couple things up. Let's go back to, where's my 110? Over here. I don't like it way over there. We're going to slide you right there. Alright, we're going to add, we have one production line right now. I'm going to go copy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to add 5 more. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We are going to come into here, production line 1. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to go Control V. I'm going to take all the operating parts. I'm going to leave here for now. Let's get rid of the player trigger. I want to take this down to just coal rock on the first one. So we're going to input diesel. We're going to get coal rock. I don't know if this is going to work. This may completely mess it up and I may have to change it back, but we'll give it a shot for now. This is just me trying something. Let's go copy and paste. You are going to be production line 2. I'll come back and fix all the beacons and stuff later. So production line 2, we do not need a second audio, so let's get rid of that. But this one is going to drop coal rock 2. And I don't need a second rotor, so we can get rid of that. And we'll fix the beacons here in a minute. So now let's take this, let's copy it again. We're going to call it production line 3, and it's going to drop coal rock number 3. And then we will go production line number 4. You're going to drop coal rock number 4. You're going to be production line 5. You're going to drop coal rock number 5. So this one is just now for our global company menu. It becomes number 6, but it has to go to 0. I don't need any operating parts here because we're going to operate from above. Now we have 1, 2, 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 beacons and 5 lines. So let's go up to production line 1. Let's get rid of beacon 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then here we'll keep number 2. And then here we'll keep number 3. And then here we'll keep number 4. And then down here we'll just keep number 5. Alright, that should fix our lights. Let's save this. Now, let's come back up to where our rocks spawn. So I should input my diesel. I should get coal rock, so I should get 1 rock to drop out of each production line, and by getting 1 rock to drop out of each production line, they should now be 10,000 liters. Let me just make sure my pathing is correct. Objects Pallets Global Company, Ritchie Valley, Objects Pallets Global Company. Alright, so my pathing is correct. Let's try this. Let me just save one more time, make sure there's nothing weird going on with the map i3D. And then we'll jump back in game and see if we can get these darn things to spawn at 10,000 liters each. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to do a lot of trial and error off camera. I'm not going to mess with that any longer today. We'll just get the rest of them in, and then I'll figure out why they're not functioning properly. So let's come back in here. Let's go back in here. Back into another new game. Yeah, it's weird why they were working in the other map I started building and they were dropping perfectly at 10,000 liters of boulder, but now they're not dropping at 10,000 liters of boulder in this map. So I will mess around with that off camera if I have to. Let's come back over here. Let me check our menu. So we should now have, we have our, that looks right. So let's grab store delivery mod. Let's grab a truck and our trailer. And try this again. So I really don't want to go back to the old way of doing the boulders, but if I have to, if I can't figure it out, we're going to have to go back. All right, diesel. Let's throw some diesel in here and see what happens. I may only get one boulder. We'll see. Let me go see what went active. Okay, they all went active, so that's a good sign. Let's see if 5 boulders are going to drop. And I know there was a map update, and I think there was a global company update since I started building the other map. Yeah, I'm only going to get 1 boulder. I'm not going to get 5. Alright, so that's not going to work either. Yeah, that's not going to work either. Alright, so let's get out of here. I'll mess around with this off camera and try and figure out why my boulders aren't dropping. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go back in here. I want to take this coal mine XML I just completely messed up. I'm going to go into Ritchie Valley, Placeables, Global Company. We're going to delete this coal mine out. I want to bring the XML back in from the other map. Placeables, Global Company, coal mine. Here, let's copy you into here, and then alright, yeah, Ritchie Valley coal mine. So this is the one before I completely just changed it and messed it up. Let's double check something. So you are, let's come up here and make sure everything's named correctly. So your coal mine, capital M, your coal mine with a capital M, your farmland 2, which is correct. You are coal mine, and then my global company, so make sure I didn't misspell anything. You are coal mine, so you are fine. Everything is named coal mine. It is Ritchie underscore Valley, capital V, capital R, so everything is correct there. Let me make sure my icon islands, doesn't matter, icon islands. Alright, so that's correct. I don't see anything wrong with the XML, why it's not dropping. Let's go look at our, I wonder if it's too low. I wonder if I dropped it down into the ground. Let me check something. No, everything looks fine, height wise. Let me see if I need to adjust the height at all. Are you off the ground a little bit? You are. This is off the ground. Alright, hold on. Let's take the whole mine and let's bring it down to 150. Yeah, I think the whole thing might have been too high. Let's see if that helps. That'll mess up the triggers. Let's see if that messed up the triggers being up too high. And if this doesn't work, then I'm going to have to mess with it. I'll mess with it off camera. So let's save this. So I really want to get the rest of these mines in. I'm hoping it wasn't working because it was just sitting off the ground too far. I really don't want to go back to individual spawners for each boulder. Here we go. Groundhog's Day. We're going to try this again. Same thing over and over. If I had a camera, you'd probably see me just sitting here beating my head off the wall. All right. Coal mine. Store delivery mod. Didn't we just do this like 6 times? Yeah, if this doesn't work, I'm at a complete loss. I'll mess around with it off camera. Alright, tanker. Truck. So you know, if the triggers aren't right, then the boulders don't spawn correctly. Alright, so let's take you and fill you with diesel. And let's try this again. And we'll wait for them to spawn. Again, I'm on 5 speed. It's going to take a few minutes for your boulders to drop. I'm almost afraid to look. What are you? Nope, you're still 21. Yeah, your leaders are all messed up, and I don't know why. They're not spawning at 100%. And I don't know why. I don't see anything wrong with the triggers. I was hoping because it was sitting up off the ground. Let me pick this set up and drop one more, just for the heck of it. And I have absolutely no idea why they're not dropping at 10,000 liters. But let me pick these guys up and drop another 5. You know, there's one other thing I want to look at. Let's drop 5 more and see what happens. Alright, they're dropping too quick and they're still not full. I may have to completely rebuild this X, and I'll mess around with this off camera and try and figure out why they're not dropping at 10,000 liters. Because there's no errors in the log, which is really throwing me off. So the coal mine's not throwing any errors. Just one HUD I have to fix. And that wouldn't have anything to do with this factory. I want to check this pallet a minute. This may be my problem. Hold on. Let's take this. I don't want it to start at fill level 1. I want it to start at fill level 10,000. Oh, hold on. I got start fill level in here twice. All right, hold on. Let's just take you back to capacity of 10,000 liters. Let's try that. It could have been just something that stupid. By me not having the pallet XML set up properly. So let's come back in here. Let's try save game 9 just to change our luck instead of save game 8. And it's just me being thick-skulled today if this actually works. Told you, it's one of those days where everything I touch is just going to go to shit. Groundhog's Day, let's do this again. Get some cash. Get some speed. Teleport to the darn mine. Let's grab... I didn't grab any speed. I hate walking slow. Let's grab our speed. Let's grab my store delivery mod. Truck and trailer. I have a good feeling that was my problem. So truck, trailer, truck, trailer, fuel. There we go. Diesel. Trigger. Instead of getting a second cup of coffee, I think we'll go get some rum and Coke or something. Alright, let's wait for these to drop. Maybe I'll have to throw some, you know, amaretto or something in my coffee for some flavoring. See if that helps. Alright, now the real test. Let's go check the global company menu first. Nope, they're still not spawning in right. Yeah, I have no idea why these are not spawning in at 10,000 liters. I'll change it to 1 and I'll make it 100,000 liters and we'll get the damn thing to spawn in that way. So right now we're dropping 5 boulders at, I want them at 10,000 liters each, so that's 50,000. Worst case scenario is we turn everything off, we drop 1 boulder at 50,000 and we'll see if that works. But they're not spawning in full. They're spawning in, but they're not spawning in full. Why are you not spawning in full? Okay, you're spawning, let me think, you're spawning in, but you're not spawning in full. Spawning in, but you're not spawning in full. I think that's the key. So let's go back here. So our coal rock pallet is, capacity is 10,000 liters. Let's go back here and let's go start filling at 10,000 liters. I'm going to leave that command back in. And I want to see if that will work before we try something else. I'm going to go back in again. Did I save that? I did. So let's try spawning in capacity 10,000 and let's spawn it in at start level of 10,000. Let me try that first. Because we're spawning in, we're just not spawning in full. And I think that's the key to my missing puzzle piece. It might help. I'm hoping. Maybe some Jack and Coke or vodka and orange juice, something. Maybe I need to go walk under a ladder or go cross a black cat's path or something. Change my luck. But the missing part of the puzzle is it's not spawning in full. We're spawning in, but we're not spawning in full. Why? The 110th time's the charm? I don't know. If this don't work, we're going to move on. I want to get at least one more mine in. Worst case scenario is I change it to 1 boulder at 50,000 liters and see if that helps. If I can't get 5 of them to spawn in at 10,000 liters, we can try and drop 1 at 50,000 liters. But why was it working on the old map and not working on this map is beyond me. Did I just pass off diesel? I did. It's going to drive me crazy until I get this damn thing working the way I want it. Let's go check the menu first. That's going to tell me if it's... Oh! Ooh, that was the problem. The palette XML was not set up properly. So we have our 10,000 liters. We got our 10,000 liters back. We have our 10,000 liters back. That's what the problem was. Now, let's see if we're going to do two things. Let's grab our truck and make sure our spawner's reset. And then we're going to go back to see if we can bump them up to 25,000 liters per boulder so we don't have to spawn as much. So I don't want to have to, like, because this is 50,000 liters. And as single player, you're going to have to do this about 5 times to get enough boulder spawn to put in the rock crusher or the coal crusher. So I may, if we change them to 25,000 liters per boulder, 5 rocks, or 20,000 liters per boulder, we can double them. That'll be 100,000 liters per spawn. So, perfect. Our spawners went back to 0. Let's see if we can spawn another 5, and then we're going to change them to 20. I'm going to double the boulder to 20,000 liters and see if they'll spawn at 20,000. Bailey's goes good with coffee. Maybe I need something to change my luck today. I just need to go walk under a ladder, I think, or go open up an umbrella in the house. Something. Put my shoes on backwards. I don't know. Alright, so then we have our 5 more boulders. Did they spawn properly? They did spawn properly. I think we're cooking with gas now. Let's jump in here. Let's pick those up. And then we will change them to 20,000 liters each. This way we can get 100,000 liters per spawn instead of 50,000 liters per spawn, unless you don't mind working. Because we'll have to do this about 5 times before we take them to the crusher. So we're spawning 50,000 liters at a time. And if we have the crusher set at 1,000,000 liters, you're going to have to do this way too many times. Let's change this up. Alright, and it reset. Alright, so it's working the way it should now. Let's try one thing. Let me go mess it up now. I think I want to double the spawn. So let's try it. We can always reverse it. So let's take this and let's change this palette to 20,000 liters per spawn. And then let's change the mine to 20,000 liters per spawn. And I can always change it back if it doesn't work. This way, this will give us 100,000 liters per spawn. And then at that point you will only have to do it like 10 times, and then you could take 1,000,000 liters to the crusher. Let's save that. Now let's see if we can get them to spawn at 20,000 liters of boulder. And then once the first one's working, the rest of them are going to be super easy. Because now we can just copy and paste and change the fill type. And the other thing I want to try, and again, after we get all the mines in, I'll know if it's going to work. But the other thing I want to try is I want to build, you know how on the all the other maps we have to spawn the boulders and then take them to the crusher, and then there's one crusher for coal, a second crusher for ore, a third one for, you know, gravel or whatever. I want to try and do one crusher that holds all the fill types, so we only have one crusher instead of 6 crushers. So that's the second thing we're going to experiment with. But again, I can't do that until we get all the boulders spawning. I want to make one big crushing complex instead of 6 individual crushing complexes, if that makes any sense. Alright, let's try this again. So let's grab our store delivery mod. Let's grab our truck and our tanker. And tanker. Alright. Hopefully this will be the last time for the coal mine and we can move on. Grab some diesel. I didn't think it would take us this long just to get one of them working. I thought it was going to be simple. Export it out of the other map, import it into this map, 5 minutes, change the XML, and done. Why was I wrong? Alright, so let's see what we've got on our menu. Cool. So we got 20,000 liters, so we're going to spawn 100,000 liters per spawn, which is going to be good because it's going to make it a lot easier for a single player. Yeah, these are all spawning properly. 20,000 liters boulder. So we're going to get 100,000 liters per spawn. So you do this like 10 times and then take them to the crusher, you'll have 1,000,000 liters. I just want to drop them a couple more times to make sure that all the spawners are going to reset and we can keep dropping boulders without any errors. So I'm going to do this like probably 2 or 3 more times just to. And then what's nice is if we have one crusher, then we could put multiple boulders in this truck at the same time. So I can come here to the coal mine, pick up, 10 boulders. I can go to the ore mine, pick up 10 boulders. I can go to the rock mine and pick up 10 boulders, and I can take them all to the crusher at the same time. So this reset itself back to 0. Let's drop 5 more. Then we can mix our boulders in the truck and just dump them into the crusher. It won't matter. We won't have to keep them separate. So I can spawn 10 coal boulders, 10 ore boulders, 10 nickel boulders, 10 copper boulders, and then just take them all to the crusher at the same time. Just trying to make it a little bit easier on a single player. Alright, let's check our global company menu. Alright, so they're all full. And these should be 20,000 liters. And they are. Alright, that's the second good sign. Let's pick these up and spawn one more out, and then we're going to move on to, I think, ore. Get this guy back out of the way. Make sure my spawners reset back to 0, and they did. And we'll draw 5 more. We'll check the spawners one more time and we'll get out of here. And we have our first functioning global company factory in the new map. I'm so excited. Oh, I gotta go back and change the 110 back to just one production line. I gotta remember to fix the 110. I'm surprised it's not throwing errors because we have my 110's not talking to my XML. I replaced the when I added those extra production lines, I fixed the XML. I didn't fix the 110. The 110 is still showing 5 production lines. And I'm surprised it's not throwing a Lua error. Or it could be throwing a Lua error. We didn't check. We may have to do this again. Let me check something. So you're gonna spawn. All right, let's save this a minute. I want to see something. I want to see if I'm throwing any Lua errors. I'm going to quit out of here because I want to fix my 110 back to 1 production line. So the first thing I want to do is I want to see if it's actually throwing any Lua errors. Let me just go all the way to the top. We'll scroll down. It's not throwing any Lua errors, but I want to take this back to just 1 production line. See, coal mine line 1, and then my coal mine is coal mine line 1. It doesn't have 6 lines. So now that that's fixed, let's go back in here and let's just spawn out like 5 more to make sure it's not going to throw any errors, and we'll move on. And I want to change up the animal dealer a little bit at some point this week. I want to be able to drive straight through it. So I'm going to make a couple of slight changes to the animal dealer. I had it on my to-do list, but I forgot about it before I started building mines. Alright, did I not save it? Oh, did I exit without saving? I could have swore I saved this. Hold on, I gotta come out of here a minute. Or did I delete my save? Did I really delete my save? I swear I saved it before we left. Oh, 9. Okay, hold on, let's go into 9. I was different save. I went into a new save. Yeah, it's one of those days I swear I'm going to switch over from coffee to alcohol. Maybe I'll have a liquid lunch instead of leftover dinner. And when we come back after lunch, maybe the shit'll work better. Alright, let's come over here. Oh, that's right. This stupid Papa's going to work on this yet. When you exit the game and come back in, it doesn't save the auto load. So let's try and pick these back up first. I know Papa was going to work on this. So are you on work mode? Yeah, let's pick you back up. Because they, when you leave anything in the auto load, when you exit the game and come back in, it un-auto loads itself. And I know it's something that Papa was looking into fixing. Alright, so let's see if that reset our spawner back to 0 after I get some speed, because I can't crawl. We don't got time to crawl. Okay, now it did not reset the spawner this time. Because I changed the factory and I'm going into an existing save game. Let's do this. Let me delete that save. come back in here. And I just want to make sure it's going to work properly. If not, I'll put those 6 production lines back in. Alright, one more time. I'm tired of doing this today. But I want to make sure it's working properly before we move on. I don't want to have any problems with it after it's released. I mean, we'll test the crap out of it first, but I don't want any issues with it not resetting after it's been released. So let's go back here. Grab some diesel. Wow, that's gonna, while we're waiting for those to spawn, let's grab our truck. We'll wait for these to drop. Are you gonna drop? Did I mess it up? Are you active? You are active. Okay, so they drop. So our spawners are full. We are 20,000 liters. I just want to make sure our spawners are going to clear so we can spawn 5 more. So, alright, spawners reset back to 0. Let's drop another 5. I need some Jeopardy music playing in the background now for the final question. Or the final answer, I should say, while you're writing your question. Come on, drop my boulders. There we go. So we have 20,000 liters. We have 20,000 liters. Let's pick these up again. I want to drop 5 more and make sure the spawners reset. And then we're going to call this one done. so our spawners should reset back to 0, and they are. Let's drop 5 more. While we're waiting for them to drop, I don't know if I have them in here. I'm going to leave a little bit of extra space here in the mines, just in case I do. In case you want to put your own silo down. So if you want to drop a quarry silo down, like over here, I'm going to leave this extra space here so you can drop some placeables down here. So, I mean, we'll put some trees and greenery and make it look good and stuff, but I'm going to leave some extra space there so you can put some placeables down. Alright, so what's going on with our rocks? We're still waiting for boulders to spawn. So I'll leave a little bit extra space here by the coal mine. The other ones will make a little bit smaller. You could put equipment sheds down. You could put, you know, gas triggers down, water triggers down, whatever you want to put down. And then the rest of the mines we can make a little bit tighter. Are you active? Are you active? Alright, so we got 5 boulders. Spawners are full. 20,000 liters. Now if my spawners reset to 0, I'm going to call this one good and we're going to move on. Alright, and it's almost lunchtime, so I'll probably get out of here for about, we'll see. Perfect, so I'm calling this good. It's working the way we want it to work now. So, jumping for joy. Don't need to smash my head against the wall anymore. Let's see what time it is. It's about 11:36. Yeah, we're gonna here. Let's do something, and then we'll get ready for the next. We'll get ready for the next mine, and we'll get out of here. And then we'll pick up. We'll see how many more mines we can get in after lunch. So let's go into the old map that I started that I didn't like because it looked too much like the islands. Let's pull out the next mine and get ready to put it in the new map. But definitely jumping for joy. I'm going to check something while that's opening. Make sure I didn't lose my stream. Okay, my phone is buffering, but my stream is fine. But yeah, I'll probably, as soon as we export this out and get it into the new map and get ready for the next mine, I'm going to get out of here for lunch. Take about 45 minutes, and we'll come back, and we'll try and get as many mines in after lunch as we can. Alright, so that was coal. So we extracted the coal one out. I want to get the ore. Let's get the ore one in next. So let's grab our ore mine. I'm going to go File, Export Selection with Files, Ritchie Valley, New Buildings. We're going to call this the ore mine. I'm going to pull that one out. Oh, we only had 3 in the new map. And we have the rock mine. So let's just pull that one out. And that'll give us 3 to start with. So let's go File, Export, Rock Mine. And that's all I want for now. So let's get out of here. Close that file. I can open it up if I need it. Let's go back into here. Ritchie Valley, New Buildings. Now, the coal mine's in the map, so I can delete that one. And we have the trigger icon in the map, so I can delete that one. So let's look at our ore mine and make sure all my textures transferred. And my shaders, yeah, everything transferred there, so I don't need to fix anything there. Let's look at our rock mine. So everything transferred there. So now let's get ourselves set up with XML. So let's go placeables, global company. Let's grab the old map. Let's go placeables, global company, and I want the rock mine and the ore mine. So ore mine, copy and paste, and then the rock mine, let's copy and paste. So let's take the ore mine and let's do the same thing. So our ore rock, let's just take up to 20,000. We'll just get our XML set up, and then I'm going to take lunch, and then after lunch we'll try and get these two mines in and working. Alright, so they're 20,000 liters per spawn. Let's grab, let me open up the rock mine too, just so it's open. We don't have to come back to it. Let's go to Ritchie Valley, objects, pallets, global company. Let's grab our ore rock pallet. Ore rock pallet. So I want you to start at 20,000 liters, and I want you to spawn at 20,000 liters. So that fixes our error from the coal mine. So now that we know what we're doing, so that's our ore mine. So our ore mine should now spawn at 20,000 liters per boulder. Now our rock, let's do the same thing. Let's up these to 20,000, and this part will be done for when we get it in the map. And this will make less trips to the crusher. Alright, so there is, now we just have to fix our rock palette. So let's go to, let's find our rock palette. And then we just got to change you to 20,000, and I want you to start filling at 20,000. Alright, so that should set us up for success when we come back from lunch. And then we'll plop over, here, let's just take, let me take like 5 or 10 more minutes. We'll get ourselves set up. So let's go back here. Let's go back to, so we're on square. Our bottom level is 150. So we're going to make room for the ore mine. I just messed up my ramp coming down. So let's just smooth that back out. Alright, that works. And then let's go, do I have any grass? Yeah, we got a bunch of grass. Let's get rid of our grass. Let's go to subtract. And let's just set ourselves up for when we come back from lunch. Let's get rid of some grass. Let's take, and let's go to rough dirt for now. So Let's bring our rough dirt over. And then let's create a transform group. So let's go edit, cut, global company, paste. Let's call it ore mine. Now let's go file, import. Let's import in the ore mine. And we'll see how much room we have to make. So let's go edit, cut. Let's put it here. And let's go edit, interactive placement, bam. But perfect. Now it's got to get spun around this way. And then we'll make it fit. We'll move all the triggers and stuff around. Let's make it fit into this space. And we'll make this space really, really tight so we can try and get 6 mines in here. And actually, if I get this position right, we won't even have to move many triggers around. So let's pull you down. And then let's see how close we are to the wall. So it's got to come in a little bit. About there. And then how do the triggers and everything look over here? Perfect. Nope. Our gas is in, so that's easy fix. So let's go to 150, which we are. So let's push that, wrong one. Let me go to replace. Let's push you back a little bit. And that gives us space for our triggers. And then what I think I'm going to do, let's do this. Let's go back to 200. Let's take this and let's bring this wall, or actually we're going to just add another layer in here just to make it look like it's deeper. Let me click off of that a minute. There we go. And then we could take so now let's take our coal. Oh, you have to stay on grass. You have to go to coal. So coal, and it will take you about halfway across, and it will switch to ore. Alright, so that's coal on that side, and this side's going to be ore, but we can make it smaller. So let's go, our first level is 180. So now let's bring this back and separate our where our next mine is going to be. Our next line will be to the left, so it doesn't have to be pretty now. We can make it pretty later. So that's going to be our first level. And then our second level is going to be 200. So let's bring that back. Yes, something about like this. And we'll work on everything to the left later. But this will get us our first. That'll get us our first layer in for this mine. And now if we change it to, let's go from coal to ore. Yeah, and then this side will be our ore mine. And now it's really hard to get that fine line between coal and ore, but I'll make it perfect later. Just rough it in for now. So once we get the first one, like I said, the rest of these are going to start going a lot quicker. So let's get our ore in. It's just getting all the spacing and the right heights and the levels and everything. Let's leave a little bit of dirt. Let's just go, I don't know, something like that, so I actually can bring that out. Alright, so here's our ore mine. Shit, this thing's almost done. We'll give it a quick test and then we'll that'll break for lunch. Look at that, we got another mine done like that quick. Alright, so let's do a couple things real quick. And then I'll get out of here for lunch. Let's go back to our farmland ID. Now, farmland 3 is going to be our ore mine. So that's going to be farmland 3. So let's turn that one on. And that's going to be bit 0 and 1. So let's paint in our farmland. So I want bit 0 and 1. Oh, come on. It does this all the time. I got to go to seasons and I got to go back to farmland. So 0 and 1, it's going to give us bit 3. Now bit 3 is what we want. So we want this space to be, again, I'm going to overpaint it. We'll clean it up later. So this is going to be our ore mine when we buy it. And I got to go get the other trigger. And then I need a little bit more space for our ore mine, which has got to cover the triggers here. And then let's just take it to where the road. I'm going to overpaint this and I'll fix it later. I just want to make sure I have enough. We can take it out to the road and to where our road's going to go back to our next mine. And I'll come back and I'm going to I got to overpaint the coal mine a little bit too, so I'll change that farmland after lunch. But that just gets us in and gets us working. So now this is going to become, let's go to ore mine. Let's get our user attributes in. So the first one is a string. Our second one is going to be a script callback. Our third one is going to be a string. And then our fourth one is going to be a float. Now this is farmland 3. It's our ore mine. So now we come up here and we steal this command. And we bring it over to here. And then we go back to here and we steal this command. And we stick it in here. And we change it from coal mine to ore mine. Alright, let's save this. While that's saving, oh, I can't minimize because it's saving. Alright, let's just save. Chef, hello. Sorry, I didn't mean to be ignoring chat there. Thank you for stopping in, saying hello. I'm going to get out of here in about 5 minutes so I can grab some lunch and we'll come back. Alright, so that is that. So let's come over here now to our... Where's my 110? Alright, so our coal pallet is done. I can close that. Our coal mine is done. I can close that. I want to come over here to the old map. I want to grab our 110 again. And I want to steal the ore mine command. So I'm going to steal this. I'm going to put it into R110 to the new map. So this is we have our coal mine running. This should run our ore mine. So we have our ore mine, our 110 is done. Our XML is done. And our ore rock pallet is done. So technically, before I break for lunch, this mine should work. So we should, oh, I didn't put the hotspot in. We could put the hotspot in after lunch. But this mine should work. I just have to put the hotspot in. It's not going to show on the map. I always forget the hotspot. And I always forget the hotspot until I go in map. Until I go in game and go, oh, I forgot the hotspot. Happens every time. Alright, so let's grab some cash. Let's grab some speed. Let's teleport to the coal mine because I forgot to put the hotspot in for the ore mine. But that'll get us close. So we know our coal mine is working. Should be a trigger here somewhere for the ore mine. Oh, right here. And it's not working. I'm not getting a global company menu. I'm not getting a global company trigger. So what did I mess up? Oh, we don't own the land. Okay, let's buy the land for... Told you, I need a beer. Let's buy the land. Now I should have a global company menu. Yay! Man, I'm going back to bed. Alright, let's grab our global company. Let's grab my store delivery mod. Yeah, maybe instead of coming back from lunch, I'm just going to crawl in bed. Let's grab our tanker. Let me turn off. Alright, let's turn all that off. We know we have our triggers. Because I was a noob and forgot to buy the land. Alright, so let's grab some diesel. Man, I just pulled a complete noob there. I've been on Facebook. I can't get my ore mine working. I don't get no triggers. And I'd have to call myself an idiot and tell myself to buy the land. Alright, so let's drop our diesel in. That should fire this up, and it did. So this should drop our 5 boulders. Again, I'm just going to make sure they drop and the trigger's clear. Perfect. So there's our 5 boulders. Are they 20,000 liters each? They are. Let's make sure our trigger is showing full and they're showing empty. This happens sometimes and I don't know why. Let's grab a truck. Let's pick them up. And I'll see if the triggers. Let me check before I pick these boulders up. I'm going to check the wrong one. I want to check the oh, it won't let me out. This has got to be throwing a Lua error. I can't get out of here. There's something throwing a Lua error. There's got to be something throwing a Lua error. It wouldn't let me out. Maybe not. Yeah, running Lua method. Running Lua. I got to run a Lua method. Easy dev controls. Vehicles. Oh, that is weird. Alright, so I got to figure out what's throwing a Lua error after we get back from lunch. Easy dev controls is throwing a Lua error. Why? It won't let me out. It will not let me out. Oh, there we go. Let me out that time. So the mine's not throwing an error. The dev control's throwing an error. Mine's working without any Lua errors. But let's try and spawn out. Oh, come on! I gotta get that mod that has no camera collision. Alright, let's get you out of the trigger. You should. Why did these show zeros beyond me? But let's drop another load of diesel. Alright, you should be active. Let's see if the spawners, what the spawner does when it drops the next 5 boulders. Yes, I'm going to do just 1 or 2 more tests really quick. Now I do need to get out of here for lunch. Give me about 45 minutes to an hour and then I can come back. So I do need to throw a load of laundry in as well if I can get the washer if no one's using it. Alright, so what do we have this time? We have 20,000 liters per boulder. Let me get some speed so I don't crawl. Oh, hang on, you were on. There we go. Let's come here. Okay, now my spawners are showing full this time, and that's what they're supposed to do. So let's pick you guys up and see if the spawners reset back to 0. So there's our 10 boulders. So now we have 200,000 liters of ore rock. And then we should be able to drop, let me make sure my spawners went to 0, and they did. Let's drop another 5. boulders and see if my spawners go back to 0. And then I can make this space even a little bit smaller to save some room up top. So we'll tighten this down even a little bit more. So let's wait for these to drop. Alright, so you are at 20,000 liters. So what does my spawner say? Full or empty? Full. Perfect. That's how it's supposed to work. So let's pick you up, make sure you reset to 0. So now we have 300,000 liters of boulders in the truck. And then you should reset back to 0. Perfect. So that's how it's supposed to work. All right, I'm going to get out of here. The only thing we have to do is get the hotspot in. And then we'll work on more mines after lunch. I don't have to leave the house today. Ran errands like the last 3 days. It was driving me nuts. I hate leaving the house. All right, let's get our hotspot in really quick, and then I'm going to call it. So let's grab my tour icon. I'm going to duplicate it. We're going to rename it Ore Mine. Let's get it moved over here where our trigger is. And then let's get our hotspot in for the ore mine. So coal goes to ore. You go to ore. Because if I don't do this now, I'm not going to remember in an hour that I was missing it. Let's grab our coordinates. And since I slid, no, it did move. All right, so let's grab this guy and throw it here. And then save this. So when we come back after lunch, our hotspot will be done. All right, I'm going to save this. While this is saving, I'm going to throw y'all on ending soon. I'm going to save and close and do all that happy jazz. Hope everyone is enjoying. Hope everyone's having a great day. Give me about, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. And I'll try and come back at the top of the hour. That gives me about 50 minutes. Excessi1, catch you after lunch. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just waiting for this to, I'm just going to hang out on ending soon until this saves and closes and all that. And I'm hoping to catch everybody in about 45 minutes to an hour.